Hey guys, how's it going? Today let's do an unboxing and a little overview of the Blackberry Key2. This is the new model that Blackberry just came out with. It was just released a few days ago, July 2018. So yeah, let's open it up. I did get the Blackberry Key1, so I'm gonna use this for a little bit and then tell you guys what I think about it compared to my other phones and my Key1. So it's Blackberry Key2. Alright, here's the phone itself. It tells you all the information on the back, by the way. 8 megapixel camera, or I don't have to go online, look at the specs. It's all right here. 4.5 inch IPS 434 PPI. That's a really high PPI, by the way. The screen display is smaller than most phones, but in terms of the pixel density, that's really high. 8 core Snapdragon 660, that's a mid-range CPU, and Blackberry has always been known to use kind of mid-range CPUs, and that's because their phones are usually focused on getting good battery life, not necessarily the best performance, but really good battery life, so they usually put a mid-range CPU on there. Rear camera is a dual 12 megapixel autofocus. Usually the cameras on Blackberries are not that great, so I don't have high expectations for that, but we'll take a look. An 8 megapixel front camera, I'm kind of surprised. That's a really high megapixel count for a front camera. Yeah, like 8 megapixel selfies. Alright, memory 64 gigs and 6 gigs. So 64 gigs is the storage space, I guess. 6 gigs of RAM. That's a lot. Think about a lot of laptops actually. The first, yeah, like laptops a few years ago would have 6 gigs of memory. Even today, actually. Battery life, 3,500 milliamp hours, pretty good. Doesn't say which version of Android. I'm guessing it's 8, because that's the newest version. So yeah, let's take a look. Alright. Oh, the back is nice and rubberized. It's nice. Nice premium feel to it. I like that. The Blackberry, this is actually, you know what this reminds me of? The Blackberry Passport Silver Edition. You know how like the Blackberry Passport had the regular edition and then they had the Silver Edition, which is basically not much in terms of upgrades, but it was a different kind of aesthetic. This feels like the Blackberry Key1 Silver Edition in terms of aesthetics. I know it's a lot more than that. It's actually got an upgraded CPU and cameras and stuff. But it does feel like, in terms of the feel, it does feel like the Silver Edition of the Key1. I mean, everything is more squarish. The Key1 was more roundish. The corners were rounded and everything. This one looks more refined. Yeah, it's like more squarish. The keyboard is improved, I would say, just by the feel I get right here. Compared to the Key1, I think these keys are a little bit easier to hit. Yeah. I mean, they do seem a little bit bigger to me, so yeah, I'm guessing the fingerprint sensor is still in the spacebar as usual. Your volume controls on the side. You have this is the power, and you have another button that you can program to do what you want, which by default I would think to be Google Assistant. SIM card around the side here. On top, headphone jack, which is good. These days I'm missing phones with headphone jacks. Dual camera at the back and flash. But yeah, this feels like the Key1 Silver Edition in terms of looks. In terms of performance, we'll see. Alright. Then we got SIM card removal tool, manuals, quick start guide. Okay, that's all regular stuff. Keep in mind that this phone costs $650 at release, so that's like $100 more than the Key1 did. So that's already pretty expensive. Think about the fact that you can get a Pixel 2 for less than that, actually. You can get a Google Pixel 2 for less than that. You can get an Essential phone for like $250, which is like way cheaper than that. Blackberry branded earbuds. I gotta say, there ain't anyone in the world that is really there isn't an audiophile in the world that wants Blackberry earbuds. I mean, they're not really a company known for audio. So, but that's cool that they have it branded. That's better than the run-of-the-mill headphone. This is USB-C cable, standard, and a USB-C charger, but it's or USB charger. It's branded though. So, ooh, show off your Blackberry charger to your envious coworkers. I got a branded charger, Blackberry. All right, now let's. I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think. All right, guys, this is the Blackberry Key2. Right now, it's running Android 8.1. This is the version of Android it comes with. As you can see, there's not too much of a skin on it. It's pretty standard Android. There is this Detect app like Blackberry that'll tell you about your security issues, and it scans your device and stuff. So Blackberry is well known for having put a priority on its security on its phones, so that's always nice to have. Other than that, it's not too different from the KeyOne in terms of the feel of it. I mean, after using the keyboard for a bit, I found that the keyboard is a little bit easier to type on than the KeyOne, so they definitely made an improvement there. And the camera is actually surprisingly better than I expected. But yeah, let's go through what we have to offer here. You can slide from the side here to get the Blackberry productivity bar, and this is, I think this is geared towards business users, as BlackBerry's traditional strength is. So they have the calendar app already integrated, and they can actually call people, go into meetings and stuff right from the calendar. They have the email hub. You'll get all your messages through the email hub here, and this is your tasks and your contacts here. I haven't hooked everything up to it because I haven't thought about switching to this as my main phone yet. But anyways, yeah, if you have all your things hooked up here, then it'll show up here, right? The hub basically is really cool because it will combine your SMS messages with your email and everything. You can filter out what you want to put in there, but basically it's like the BlackBerry hub is basically the same as from the Passport and the KeyOne and the Priv. It's just like, yeah, it's ever gonna have all your emails and stuff there, and yeah, so this is mostly geared towards productivity. So it's nice to have that, and you can click on an app. This is the BlackBerry Calendar app right here, and go back from any app. You can just go up from the bottom like that. So that's a nice quick way of switching, I guess, is doing that. And yeah, that's other than that, nothing else too different. I mean, I can go to a website, standard Engadget website right here, and I think typing on this is pretty good. It's much faster than with my KeyOne, but I wouldn't say it's faster than just using the virtual keyboard. It's not any faster, but it's not any slower either. It's about the same, I would say, but it's nice to have the tactile sensation when you're typing on this. That's one thing you get from this, is that the tactile feedback, but in terms of speed, I don't think I'm much faster. I think it's about the same, but it's not slower either. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys, right? If you're buying a BlackBerry, the keyboard has a lot to do with it, and I feel like if you want to have that tactile sensation, then this is definitely the one to get, because there's not many phones on the market with a physical keyboard, and BlackBerry is pretty good at it. So this is, well, I would say this keyboard is better than the Priv and the KeyOne for sure. So it's probably comparable to one on the Passport, and the Passport keyboard was pretty good, I think. So this is a pretty decent keyboard, and it has the scrolling feature. So this is pretty cool because you can use the keyboard to scroll, and this prevents the keyboard from having any fingerprints on it, because usually on a full touchscreen phone, you would have to touch the keyboard, and you would get in the way of what you're reading and stuff, and you get fingerprints on the display. But this way you don't have to deal with that. You can just use the keyboard to scroll. That way you can see everything on this display a lot easier, and you don't mess up your display either. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, you have that, and of course you have the fingerprint sensor right on the space bar here. So that's pretty fast. And from my experience using this device, it's fairly snappy. It's not going to be as snappy as the Pixel 2, obviously. You know, that's a really high-end, that's the top-end Android phone. And or the Samsung Galaxy S9, which just came out, because those use top-end specs. This uses a mid-range processor, but it feels okay to me. It doesn't feel slow or anything, so that's good. And I should be able to get pretty good battery life on this as well. So let's see, we have 45% is 2 hours, huh? That doesn't seem like a lot, but maybe it's because I have a lot of apps running. It should be last at least like 2 days on a full charge is what BlackBerry advertises, and the Blackberry Key2 lasted about a day and a half-ish with regular usage, so I would expect the Key2 to last about a similar, like a day and a half-ish of usage. So that's one of the strengths of traditionally of the BlackBerry, is that it lasts longer than other phones usually for battery life. I don't think this is IPX7 water resistant, so that's something that I'm a little bit confused about, because if this is going to be a business device, you should probably make it, you know, like the HP Elite X3, which I reviewed a few months ago. That device was military spec tested, and that was IPX7. So I find it strange that BlackBerry is geared towards businesses, yet it doesn't offer the water resistance. That's usually a key feature for business devices. All right, I have another device here. You guys maybe haven't seen this for a while. This is the Samsung KeyOne, and it has a split keyboard. It's one of those really old UMPCs back from 2007-ish, so it's like, what, 11 years old now? Yeah, this is a really old device. So it's no battery left, so I had to connect it to a charger. But, I mean, it still works. Look at that. That's a touchscreen volume control right there. A menu for operating the... Look at this, etiquette mode. What is that? Yeah, there's a etiquette mode, wireless LAN, sound rotation, backlight, okay. LCD or CRT? Wow. Okay. That's interesting. What if I select CRT? Okay, easy button manager. Okay, that's all stuff. So this is a touchscreen, but it's a resistive touchscreen, so it's, you have to use a stylus usually to use this device, but so were most touchscreen devices back then. Fingerprint sensor, mouse input right here, and left and right click done by these buttons here, and arrow keys right here. Split keyboard. I know this device looks a little bit weird, but hey, back in the day, they used a lot of cool designs and stuff. And up here you have removable battery, headphone jack, USB-A port, USB 2, I guess, SD card slot, the shutter button for camera on the back. Yes, there's actually a camera on this, but the shutter button, it doesn't work anymore. It's like stuck. But that's okay, because no one's ever gonna take a picture using this thing anyways. Side here you got charger, Ethernet, full size, another USB 2, and a VGA port. You have the power button, rotation, some kind of key locking thing, and kickstand. Alright, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this thing because I don't think I've ever shown you guys Windows XP running on this. I never turned the device on. So, anyways, here's Windows XP running on this. It works. Let's open up WordPad and type using this weird split keyboard thing. It's actually pretty decent. Hello world. Oh. Yeah. Keyboard is pretty decent. Actually, I think the Blackberry Key2 keyboard will be slightly better than this because these feel really, really cheap feeling keyboard, but it works, I guess. So there's that, your weird split screen keyboard. Now you guys might be wondering, why am I including this in the video? Well, because I want to show off the camera, that's why. Let's put this on a kickstand here, and let me show you the power of the Blackberry camera. Alright, so let's bring up the camera here. Now we're going to do, it's got HDR auto, not too many other controls, 3:2 aspect ratio, and is there a portrait mode I can use here? Usually want to use some kind of portrait mode. Ooh, okay, there's a filter. vivid filter, and it's a selfie camera right here. It's a little bit too bright, I think. I mean, my face definitely does not look that red. Oh, it's because I have this filter on, that's why. Okay, that's better. I was like, what the heck? I'm not like a red ogre. Alright. Okay. There's a selfie picture right here. It's okay. I mean, for 8 megapixels, it's a little bit disappointing, but it's definitely not a bad shooter for the selfie. Alright, so do I not have a portrait mode on this thing? Interesting. Okay, I might just go with an HDR one. Okay, usually my other camera has a portrait mode, which I want to use because this is kind of like a macro thing I want to do. Alright, that's fine. Let's just get up close here. And you can press the space bar to take the picture. So, alright. Now this is my main phone. This is the essential phone that I use every day. And we can compare the pictures here. Alright, now using my essential phone. Okay, so using my essential phone, this is what I get. This is a picture, and let's look at my Blackberry Key2. Alright, so this is my Blackberry Key2, the picture I took using that. Now the essential phone doesn't really have an amazing camera or anything. I use it mostly because I like the feel of it and the design. I don't use it for the camera. So I think the Blackberry Key2 actually does have a better camera than the essential phone. So that's actually pretty surprising considering that it's a Blackberry. I mean, I didn't expect the camera to really beat anything, but the fact that it beats the essential phone is pretty cool. I mean, the essential phone camera is not the worst or anything. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Alright, I forgot. This doesn't. Alright. Okay. So yeah, that's a comparison of the pictures I just took. It's the Key2 versus the essential phone. The Key2 looks a little bit more natural, I think. Alright, and let's look at another pair of pictures. I just took this in my house. Okay. Yeah. It's the same two pictures I just took in my house, and the Blackberry Key2 does look more sharper. So the camera is definitely not bad on the Key2. Yeah. I don't know how well you guys can see because I'm recording this using my Pixel 2, but yeah, for me, the Blackberry Key2 does seem to have a better camera than the essential phone. And that might not say a lot because the essential phone doesn't have the best camera or anything, but it does mean that Blackberry Key2 does not have the worst camera by far. So it definitely means it has a decent camera. So this thing is actually impressive. It has a decent camera on it. It's another picture I took on the Key2 right there. It's decent. Yeah, it's actually surprised me a bit. But it's not going to be as good as the Pixel 2 or the Samsung Galaxy S9 or something, so don't expect that. It's not a flagship kind of phone, but the camera is better than what I expected. I mean, it's a Blackberry. I didn't expect anything, but it beat my essential phone, and this is what I use daily, so that's pretty impressive. All right, and yeah, that's what the Samsung KeyOne was for. I wanted to show you guys the running Windows XP, and I was using it for my picture demonstration. Otherwise, yeah, that's okay. Samsung KeyOne, really, really old UMPC device. But the physical keyboard on the Blackberry KeyOne, or Key2, I mean, if you guys want a physical keyboard on a smartphone, then the Key2 has pretty much your only option these days. And yeah, I think my observation of this device is that it's a little bit overpriced. $650 you can buy a Pixel 2, and that one has a way better camera, much better processor, much speedier, And yeah, if you guys just want a phone for that price, Pixel 2 is going to be a much better option, a much better value. The Key 2 is not a bad phone. The keyboard is definitely improved from the Key 1. I like the design better than the Key 1. The camera is definitely improved from the Key 1 as well, because the Key 1 camera really sucked after I used it. This one is, you know, better than the Essential phone, and the Essential phone was better than the Key 1, so this is definitely an improvement. But yeah, I don't think it's worth $650. That's like a flagship price. And I think at about like 400, maybe 400 bucks, this would be a good pickup. I wouldn't pay 650 for it. I mean, consider that the Essential phone is on sale right now for 250 bucks on Amazon Prime Day. You can get it for like 300 bucks, you know, 250 to 300. The design is great and everything. The camera is, you know, not that great, but still, for the quality of phone that you get for 300 bucks, I mean, that's a really good pickup for the Essential phone, right? Even though it's not a top spec phone or anything, the fact that the design is still really, really good, and just the price is just, yeah, that's a really good deal, 300 bucks. Would not pay 650 bucks here. This is not worth double the Essential phone. And it's definitely not comparable to the Pixel 2 either. So yeah, that's what I would recommend, guys, is Blackberry Key 2 is not a bad device. It's just not worth the money they're asking for it. If this was like 400 bucks, or even 450, I think it might be worth a pickup, but 650, ouch. I mean, that's, yeah. You can buy 2 Essential phones, or you can buy Pixel 2 for that price, you know, so yeah. This is my wallpaper, I guess. Standard wallpaper for my Blackberry Key 2. Huh. Interesting. Alright, there's a few other things I want to add about the Blackberry Key 2 that I feel is special about it. So, log in with the fingerprint sensor. The convenience key on the side here can be changed to whatever you want. You can be used to, you know, launch an app or launch Google Assistant, whatever you want. I changed it right now to open the camera. So right now, clicking it will open up the camera, which is what I've set it to do. But of course, you can customize it however you want. Also, the keyboard here has an application shortcut, and you can quick launch applications like this by pressing just one key, one character here, and you can configure that to do whatever you want. So for example, for C, I can assign it to Chrome, for example. So now when I press C, yep, it'll launch Chrome. So that's a pretty cool feature, I think. Or I can assign B for the BlackBerry Messenger. Okay, and then yeah, that launches the app. So that's just a cool little feature that BlackBerry has that other phones don't have, because obviously, you know, you need a physical keyboard for that. Got this swipes the screen as well. Let's assign like P for phone. Let's do yeah, let's open. It suggests the different apps too, like starting with the name. Like I could open Photos, I could open the phone. So now when you do shortcut P, that's just a quick way to get to the apps that you want. So I found that kind of unique and cool about the Blackberry Key 2 as well. That's it.